Last week on Knights of the Rolled Table.
Lord Charkandris has been establishing a foothold, bringing more and more troops through the portal. A man, he appears to be a half-elf.
I'm Celius.
Maya, let's hang, girl. There is Titania.
It's good to know that you're real.
Your plane is sort of the central plane of the planar realms, and the connection to the fire plane is filling your realm more and more every day. If Lord Metre is attempting to unbalance his side by making changes on your side, perhaps you could do the same.
You mean go to the Feywild?
And as you start to move, Lady Aranye comes down. So, you've come to return my staff.
We've seen your brother.
Perhaps we have something to gain from each other. 2 steps up out of the trees is XX Bloody Heart. This episode is going to be the backstory of what XX Bloody Heart has been doing while Gravely and Coach and Maya and friends have been adventuring in Oakhart. Here's what's going to happen. I am going to hand each of the players a page of the character they're going to be playing this episode. And it's not a character sheet. It is a copy out of the player's handbook because Weston is going to be performing the role of xXMinotaur, the Minotaur that watched the tournament and thought the XX Bloody Heart was pretty cool.
I've been wanting to play Minotaur for so long.
Jen is going to be playing the role of Maya, the Dryad.
Maya?
Clara, the Dryad, not Maya. And Chris is going to be playing the role of the sprite, Black Pepper.
My man, Black Pepper.
Now, these characters are dramatically unbalanced. Black Pepper's HP, I believe, is 2. Whereas xXMinotaur is a substantially strong Minotaur. The Dryad knows some spells. We are not worrying about spell balance. So we'll probably pause for the characters to review what in the world they're doing for just a moment. But I did give Black Pepper some extra stuff. So Black Pepper, they have those silver arrows and weapons. And so he does, in addition to his, I believe he does D4 damage with his weapons. Not that substantial, but against a lichen, he does an extra 1d10 damage. He's also a master of poison, so he's poisoning his weapons, so they add an extra d6 on every hit. He has 1 sleeping potion that you can coat on a weapon and shoot somebody, and they will fall asleep eventually based on their constitution. So kind of like a tranquilizer dart. If you hit something big, it takes a couple turns to slow down and eventually collapse.
All right.
We can now go around and do our player names and your character names for the days.
My name is Weston, and I'm playing xXMinotaur.
Jeff, I'm going to play XX Bloody Heart.
My name's Chris, and I'm playing Black Pepper.
The sprite.
The sprite.
My name is Jen, and I will be playing Clara, the Dryad.
All right, so we pick it up in XX Bloody Heart's cell. He's been down there a long time. It is underground. It is dark. The only lighting is in the earthen walls. It seems like there's some sort of phosphorescent, there's some sort of mold in the walls that has a phosphorescent glow to it, and that's what the lighting down underground here is. There's bars in your cell keeping you in that appear to be made up of tree roots, and there's a few other cells in this underground hovel that you've been in. You're gonna really probably, because it's underground and dark, not sure how long you've been down there.
That's everything I wanted. Hello? Anybody else down here?
And so a crew has been assembled with the intent of breaking you out. And so at this point, Black Pepper, the sprite, appears.
Hello.
Pepper, is that you?
Yeah, it's me. We have come to spring you out.
Oh,
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's
Do you have all of your things?
No, they took my sword.
Oh,
I
we will
assume.
have to recover them. Well, maybe at a later time.
All right. Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right. I'll follow you.
He is still in a cell.
What's the plan?
I
What
assume
do
you
we
would
do?
know a door or something that we can get out of.
But I would know the door.
Where is the door to this place?
It's right here. It's these big bars in front of us.
And Black Pepper just zooms through the cell like is there a hole?
Black Pepper
Pepper.
absolutely fits through the bars, yes.
Pepper, I can't do that.
XX Bloody Heart does not.
What is wrong with you?
Look. And I'm going to go up to the bars and try and push my body
Wait
through.
a minute.
It doesn't work.
I zoomed through. I was like,
I might have something that may be able to help with this. Get in my bag.
What?
I have a bag. You can get in it. It will make you a wee.
Okay, where's the
wee
bag?
small.
Where's the bag?
Oh, it's right here. It's on my hip. Can't you see it?
No.
So he holds up a tiny, sprite-sized, like messenger bag.
Hold it up to the mold. What? How am I going to fit in there?
Yeah, I will touch your nose with it. I will give you a little boop.
Okay.
So weirdly, his nose and a lot of his face goes in the bag, but it's not like an infinitely sized bag. It only holds the amount of like a human scaled messenger bag of the same thing. So he could like get his hand in it. He could weirdly put his face in it. That's got to be a super strange sensation. He's not all
My
get in there.
existence?
I don't think that's going to work.
No.
what else can I do? Let's see.
Well, what if you put the bag halfway through the bars and I kind of slid through it like a snake?
I could call on a stick.
All right.
It could bite you, and we could fake that you are dying, but you actually would be. But then they would take you out, and then we could bring you out. Wait a minute. Maybe I should find my. I have a compatriot in this battle that might be able to help.
Okay, great.
Maybe we just smash the wall down.
Oh, well, why didn't you do that in the first place?
I wanted to try to not alarm the system. All right,
All right,
I'll
so
be right back.
Black Pepper flits away back up out into the forest where you guys entered through this sort of like jail area is in its own section of the Feywild, and you basically kind of come up out of the ground where there was a guard, which was a centaur, which is currently asleep because you hit it with your other sleep potion. So it's pleasantly snoozing where xXMinotaur was standing there on watch, keeping an eye on the centaur. But he has been discovered by Clara the Dryad, who wants to know what's going on. So there the three of you are up here as Black Pepper emerges.
Yeah, he's still out.
This is ridiculous. I mean, what are they getting paid for if he's just going to sleep through everything?
Well, I'm getting paid to watch him sleep.
I just feel like it shouldn't take this long. I mean, I have things to do.
Oh, he's back.
I found him. I found the prisoner.
Okay, well, why isn't he here?
Well, he's in a cell, and I was not able to figure out a way to get him out. So I thought maybe you, large bullman, we might be able to break down the wall.
Yeah, no, I didn't think of that first. Oh, let's go.
Would Black Pepper know, is the wall adjacent to like the exterior of the prison that he's being held in?
There's no exterior of the prison. It's entirely underground. So basically, you're crawling into a hole in the dirt, and there's like a substantial
Tunnel system.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
a tunnel
attempt to break
system, kind of
through.
like a whole like 2-story structure jail, but it's all underground under the earth. So he can get down there.
Can
The
we-
opening is kind of small for xXMinotaur to get through, but he
it's
can
like
get down.
made out of tree and stuff.
If you go down there, you can, but you're not currently down there.
Oh,
Okay.
well, let's go.
I mean, unless anyone has any other ways, he's a little bit down underground.
I do like knocking stuff down.
I feel like there's probably a better and easier way for us to do this, but whatever.
It's not hard for you guys to just kind of dig in there. You're going to get dirty, but specifically xXMinotaur is probably going to like knocks into dismantle a fair amount of dirt climbing in there, but you can all get down there. And it opens up once you're through the
Black Pepper, do you want me to come too, or do you want just like Minotaur McGee to go?
Do you have any abilities that might be able to help us with the earth or the dirt or something like that?
Well, I am a freaking dryad, so if it's anything nature related, I'm kind of your girl. I just am a little insulted. I feel like you take me for granted.
I just don't know what you can do. I'm not.
You're damn right you don't know what I can do. Let me get down there. Gosh.
What? Am I not going now?
No, you're going too, but she's going to create the earth opening up or something.
All right, I'm going underground.
All right, so you all make your way down there. You pass some like lockers or something at the beginning and a couple of cells. The various cells have, a lot of them are empty. A few of them have like decaying bones and stuff in there. A few of them might have some creatures that you can't quite make out because it's dark.
I'm going to zip back down to XX Bloody Heart and be like,
We have to prepare. Jeez. Hello.
You gotta warn me when you're coming up,
Sorry,
man. That
I am here
scares
now.
me. Okay, but was there?
My compatriots are coming. Stand back from the center of the room.
All right,
Because they're probably coming from the ceiling.
Okay, all right, I'll stand back.
Am I just like stomping my hooves to like break through the dirt above him?
No, you went through a hole and climbed down into like this basically like underground cave basically, but the ceiling is probably close to the top of Clara's head and substantially like the Minotaur has to like kind of like crouch down to almost crawl his way down the hallway to the cells.
To tell you that I don't like tight spaces.
He's definitely nervous.
That on your character.
So I'm feeling, who is he?
xXMinotaur, I need you to lock it up. All right?
Okay.
Lock
Okay.
it up.
I'm locking.
What I didn't understand is if we can get down here, how come he can't come up there?
I'm going to break this door down.
I'm with him.
Okay. Well, let's keep digging.
It's pretty tight, so I can't like back up and try and charge the door. I'm like right up next to it.
No, you can basically kind of like crawl / squat your way kind of down a hallway, past a couple of cells to where XX Bloody Heart's cell is, which Black Pepper has identified. So at this point, you're all underground in this
I'm like
very
12
dim
feet
lighting.
Tall.
Yeah, so it doesn't fit.
Enormous.
Claire's probably about 6 feet tall, and that's about where the ceiling is. It's super dark under there to your eyes, because outside in the Feywild, like we described before, it's kind of perpetual twilight. It's perpetually like the sun had just gone down, so it's kind of light. But under here, it's super dark except for the phosphorescence.
I do
I
dark
have
vision.
dark vision.
Okay, well, never mind. You guys can all see super well down here. So why don't you go down to his cell and break this guy out? You guys all know who XX Bloody Heart is because Clara fought him, Black Pepper met him, and the Minotaur became a fan in the midst of the fight. So one way or another, you've all kind of like found each other and convinced each other that breaking him out of here was a good idea.
Okay, so I assume that we're digging
Wait.
our way down and we make it into the cell.
It's you. You're. I know him. He fought you. He beat you.
I mean, it was a group effort. It wasn't just him, okay? And to be honest, we were severely disadvantaged. I feel like Ariadne like didn't even really meter that properly.
XX, I'm like your biggest fan. Like I even renamed my name after you. I'm xXMinotaur.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Cool. Great, get me out.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm gonna reckless
me
attack
out.
the door.
Just so you know, we're not cool.
All right.
Yeah, but he seems really cool.
But I have to tell you that I have the ability to see into her heart, and she has a good heart. She cares for the earth. She cares for the trees and the animals. She generally wants to be a better person. She's
Black
going
Pepper,
through.
I think you need to shut up.
All right, roll
She
for a
really
reckless
means well.
attack.
Sorry if I stabbed you.
Not great. That's gonna be a 12 to hit the door.
So you get a little bit of backed up and a little bit of like, are you using your horns, I'm guessing, to
No,
like
I'm using my
headbutt
great
it?
axe to try and
Okay,
bust
so like
the
would
lock.
your weight? All right, so you got the bars are made of roots.
Oh.
Tree roots.
Okay.
And so like you can chop those with your axe and they don't quite do it. They're like surprisingly strong, probably magically reinforced than regular tree roots. So your axe
You
gets
know-
kind of stuck in there.
Listen,
Do you have
So
a
now
dagger?
your axe
Give me a
is stuck
dagger.
in the roots.
Can I attempt to pull a dagger out or pull the great axe out.
Yes. Do a strength check.
I'm gonna go look around while he's doing that and try to find his weapons.
Okay.
Like in lockers and stuff.
Roll investigation.
That's an 8.
An 8 for nope.
Plus 4 strength.
Axe is still stuck in the roots.
Clara is not going to be cool with him chopping up some tree roots right now.
Okay.
FYI. So she's going to... xXMinotaur, do you mind? I mean, God, hashtag plants lives matter.
You do it. You do it.
Listen, all right, she's going to put her hand on the roots and start chatting. Be like,
The roots.
The roots, yeah, because she can talk to plants and stuff.
Well, then that's a good plan.
Yeah. So just going to say, hey guys, I'm really sorry that my friend here is not woke, but you deserve better. And I apologize for these scars and for what mankind has done to you. But if y'all could just move out of the way, that would be like super cool.
So first thing that happens is they like spit out the axe and it falls on the ground and they kind of heal up the chopping wound from that. And then sure enough, the roots bend to the two sides and open up a little bit hole
She's
that
gonna give a
XX
little-
Bloody Heart can get through
Can she I want to give a little kiss onto the roots. Just
to
a
the
little-
roots.
Thank you.
Oh. However roots like blush, that happens
I'm
a
never
little
gonna
bit.
get
Or
used
they
to
like
that.
get a little bit greener. Maybe
Okay, I think
absorb a little bit more
can we go
nutrients.
now?
I should have talked to the roots, I guess. All right, let's.
Yeah,
let's
it's
go.
amazing how guys just want to mess stuff up. And if you guys could just talk for 2 minutes, maybe you wouldn't have as many problems.
All
None
right,
of you
so
can get out because I'm in the way right now.
So
Can,
much
I,
in back.
can we
he's definitely in the
move
way.
it around?
So, did
okay.
you roll investigation
Are
check,
you-
Black Pepper?
Yeah, I got a 9.
All right. Well, they're not in the cells, and there aren't that many other places here other than those lockers towards the beginning.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
so
lockers.
you can probably vaguely deduce that probably in there.
I look in the lockers, but I can't quite open the lockers because my strength is -4. I have a strength of 3. So I'm like, I think his stuff is in the lockers, but someone needs to open this for me.
All right, I'll run up and
I'm
try and look
very
in
smart.
there. Good job, Black.
All right. So in the corner of one of the last cells, you hear like, "Oi, oi, oi, you guys, ever let me out of here, huh?" And you look in that cell into the corner of the cell, and you see this little creature. It is maybe a foot tall. Its head is like a third of its body. It has kind of trollish looking features, kind of gnarled teeth, big pointy ears, and big hands. It's greenish in hue. For those of you who have dark vision can kind of tell. Actually, I don't think you can with
Black
dark
and
vision. So, like, you don't really know what color it is because it's dark.
Really important.
When you get out
know
into the
what color
twilight,
you
you'll
are.
probably see, spoiler, it's greenish in hue and has big eyes. And he's like, "Oi, get me around here too. I'll make it worth your while, huh?
How much worth?
Well, maybe I could give you some sort of a gift, of a thank you gift, if you help me out here."
What, money? Weapons?
Well, not weapons exactly, and it's kind of a. Well, I'll show you. Just got it over there. They took it off of me when I got thrown in here, and so I can show you how it works. So once you get it out of me, and I'll get my stuff. Once you get me out of here, and I'll get my stuff back.
Oh,
It's
you
a
mean
good
this
deal.
stuff? And I'm going to look through the lockers. I'm going to open the lockers and look for whatever he's talking about.
All right, so the lockers are locked, and your thief's tools are probably in the lockers. But you can roll.
Do you guys have a pin? Or a,
Yeah, if you can find some sort of a tool, that
piece of
might
metal?
help you. Otherwise, you
got?
can just roll sleight of hand to
Clark,
see what you can do.
give the man some tools.
What makes you think that I've got tools?
Twigs or the rare things.
Oh, how dare you?
What?
How dare you?
You know what?
I have
a
idea
very
to
small
do.
arrow if you want to use that.
ooh, yeah, give me that.
I'll give you 2.
What if you put the lock inside of the bag? Just the lock that's hanging there, put it inside the bag, and then you could just pull it off.
I can try that.
Okay, do it. Boop. and then I'll try and pull it because I'm so strong. It's a big non-pixie person.
Well, the
You're not
bag
that strong.
fits over
we
the
just
lock. Like how dimensionally this works, because this like tiny little space absorbs bigger objects into it when you just like hold it up into it. It kind of looks like
so
they're being like sucked into it.
Though.
But yeah, they're not being like the nature of them isn't really being moved. It's almost like the space around them is being moved. So like the lock can go in there, but it's still locked onto
has
there.
the- It's like Ant-Man, it still has
pinch
a
the
tensile
bag, pinch the bag, and then pull it.
Didn't work.
I'm sorry.
He does
give
have
me the
his little
small arrow.
arrows if you want to.
Here are my 2 small arrows.
Okay, what is that? A sleight of hand?
Zach could have never anticipated how much his bag would come into play.
You told me I had PIM particles, essentially.
Clara, do you think that XX would sign my horn?
I don't know. He seems kind of dumb, so maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you're calling yourself. If he was dumb and he beat you.
Listen, all right. He was one of a group of 4 that beat me. That doesn't mean that he's special.
Yeah, but he was the best.
All right, how'd the sleight of
19.
hand roll go? 19. Oh, you pop that sucker open.
Here's your arrow. Oh, all right, I want to get in there.
And in fact, you're able
mine?
to.
Congratulations, you're a thief.
Good job, XX.
The first one you open doesn't have anything in it except like it's weird. It's like kind of a wooden hoop, almost like a hula hoop in there, is all that you see. But with your 19 roll, you're able to kind of go down the line. The second one doesn't really have anything. The third one does indeed have all of your stuff.
Yes, finally.
They left you one of your cloaks that you've been kind of huddled in, but your other favorite cloak is in there.
Oh, good. I immediately put on my second cloak. I am complete.
Your daggers and your
Alas, my
weapons, your
back
thieves'
is complete.
tools, your any more ball bearings that you had hidden away.
No, they're all on the arena floor
They're
in
still
the
there.
ground. That was a good plan.
Yeah, so you recover yourself. And the creature's
Okay.
like, oi, hey.
What is
that
it, the
one's-
hoop?
Yeah, that's mine.
What is it?
Well, let me out and I'll show you.
You tell me what it is, and then I'll let you out.
It's very impressive. Nothing. It's not nothing
Well, maybe I'll just
until
take it.
I activate it,
You
and
know
then
that
it's
it could be
really,
a trap.
really cool.
I do. That's why I'm talking to him. There's a lot of sass in this springing party right now.
I'm getting really uncomfortable down here.
Look, just talk to the roots, and I'll show you what it does.
All right.
Come on, root lady.
Black Pepper, what do you think?
Oh, I see how it is. You need the advice of a man. You can't
don't
make
even
decisions
try,
on your
don't
own.
even try to use the patriarchy against me.
I'm
All right,
just
I
saying.
don't need you
You
right now.
look like a strong
I
true
have,
lady to me.
I
Is
have
he near the bars of the?
The creature?
Yeah, is he like up against the bars talking to us?
Yeah, he's probably up there.
I want to try and grab him.
All right. Roll, I don't know, a dexterity check.
Woohoo! 14 plus.
And hold this troll with all of your rogue strength.
Hey, it is
rolled
a
a-
dex check, my friend.
He rolled a 10. Can you beat a 10 on a dex
Yeah,
contest?
16.
All right, you grabbed him. Hey, all right. We can talk a little bit more
Yeah,
civilly.
enough.
I told you he was cool.
No tricks, and I let him go.
Shut up. Can I do an insight check on to like whether this guy's on the level or not?
Sure.
So that would be 14
Yeah,
on my
wisdom.
insight.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. You think he's on the level. You also know, I mean, you're a resident of the Feywild, so you remember the rules of the Fey that they can't lie, which doesn't mean they're not going to be deceptive. And there's the whole thing where they're always cutting deals. So he has offered a deal of he'd give you this thing in exchange for breaking him out.
I can tell if he's good or evil because I have heart seer. I'm a heart seer.
All right.
says-
He
it
does
says
he
have
has
that
heart.
ability.
Weighing the balance of the creature's past action, a sprite can tell whether its heart beats rapidly in love or flags in sorrow, whether it's darkened by hate or greed. Because the heart can't lie.
Whoa.
Listen, no, it's the hips. The
So you
hips.
look at the sorrow and the hate and the greed and the love, and you
Caroline
see that he is not evil, not especially good. In fact, I will just tell you his alignment. It's chaotic neutral.
Well, I think he's maybe a bit of a troublemaker, but I see that he's not all that bad, and perhaps we could make a difference in his life.
That's right, I am a bit
All right, fine. Let's just
I
do
didn't ask
this.
your opinion.
Sorry.
All right, can you get it open?
All right. Hey, Branches, do you mind?
And the roots, like if they could wink,
Other
they'd
root.
wink at you, and then they open up for him. kind of down on his level because he's tiny. He's like, all right, thank
She
you.
gives him like a little caress.
He kind of like scurries right out of there. And he scurries right up to the hoop and takes it. And is like, all right.
All right. Give me the hoop then. What does it do?
Well, it's difficult for me to part with this, but it's pretty cool. Here, look. And he kind of holds it up almost like a magician holding up like a hoop trick. And he like puts his hand through it. It's like, that's it. That's a regular hoop, right? And he kind of hangs it on his arm. And then he grabs onto it with his other hand and like something clicks. And it actually turns into 2 hoops. And he moves one of the hoops off his arm, and the other hoop stays on his arm. And you see, like, his hand, like his arm moves off with the hoop.
So it's a portal.
Yeah. So the two rings of the hoop are a linked portal that you can reach through.
Is one orange and one blue?
Sure.
Just say yes.
Yes, it is.
The cake is alive.
Red.
When they unclick, one is orange and one is blue. Yes.
All right.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's really
That's
cool.
pretty cool. All right, there you go.
Cool.
There you go. Oh, thank
All right,
you.
good. You coming with us or what?
Yeah.
All right.
What is your name? What can we call you?
Well, I'm a Bogle, and I don't have a lot of friends. You can call me Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
I mean, I thought about just now, like making up a cool nickname, but look, that's my name, Jerry. That's my mom. My mom named me Jerry, and
Is that short for something?
Jerrison.
Your name is dumb. Let's go.
Hey, look, big man. And the boggle glares you down, and there's an 11-foot difference between his eye level and Minotaur's eye level, but he's totally like, hey, you don't talk that with me. All right, my mommy named me Jerrison, and I appreciate my mommy.
Mom's dumb too. Let's go.
All right.
Pepper, which way do we go?
This way.
How did you even...
Wait.
Backing up.
Wait for us.
Why do you do that every time?
Follow.
All right, so you make your way out of the prison hole, which xXMinotaur tears up pretty substantially on his way out. Horns getting caught on like roots and things in the ceiling, and brushing dirt out of his eyes.
That'd be a nightmare.
And you're out, and you're in the Feywild. You guys know relatively because you got there where you are in relation to like the Fey court that the tournament happened in, where Lady Aranye's throne was, and the Sprite camp, and other things. Do you have thoughts on where you might want to make for?
XX, I know we're gonna hurry, but would you mind signing my horn?
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, let me do that. I'll get out my dagger. I'll turn it around and try and etch it in there. Just XX and then the...
This is ridiculous.
Wait, no, I want to know specifically, is it like the heart that he etches, or?
It's XX. And then
blood drop.
Yeah, and then a blood drop.
And a heart.
And the heart is part of the blood drop, and then it says just bloody on it.
This is gonna take you a long time,
with
but I'm
zeros instead
honored.
of O's.
While he's carving, I talked to Clara.
Yes, that carving will take a while.
Well, we could go to the Lymphatic Falls. That's pretty nice. I mean, there's maybe places to go. We could go to the Caves of Moss. I liked that.
I feel like caves might be a good idea. I mean,
okay. We could go
we're
to the Moss
definitely going
Caves.
to be wanted. I mean, we took a wanted criminal and we've gone against the wishes of the Fey court.
We should not go back to the court.
Well, obviously, yes.
I agree with that. You have a good heart.
Shut up.
I love you. As a person and as a being, as a Fey. I think we should go to the Moss Caves. It's Clara's idea. She has a good heart.
This is getting weird.
I am uncomfortable with this.
All right, which way do we go?
It is northeast.
Okay, let's go. Is there what's
Follow me, friend.
XX, hop
like?
on.
Are there people? Okay, I'm hopping on. Let's go.
So you're out there, you're in the forest. Like the Feywild is like a lot of
just
dense
forest.
It's not flat forest. There's all sorts of terrain and land and hills. It has that perpetual twilight. You can never really see very far. There's always kind of like something Paths don't go straight. There's always like something around the bend. You're never in like an open territory. So like the court of the Fae, when it was like open, was the biggest like you've ever been able to like see clearing. So there's always trees and bushes and gnarled stuff.
I'm knocking down a lot of stuff.
Yes, for sure. There's not very many places a Minotaur fits through cleanly.
Knocking trees over.
Keeping that in mind, I'm trying to find like bigger paths, bigger openings where he's not going to knock as much stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Black Pepper just flits through easily all over the place. Super fast. Clara just sort of almost like magically just like coasts through the
Just like
forest.
leisurely
This place-
floating.
This place sucks. I hate it.
Just like
rid of these
flowers
logs.
kind of growing behind her.
You still on there, XX?
I want to check and see if are we being like followed. Is there anybody like
Why
around
is my
us?
back so
Is
wet?
there
You
any? I'm very nervous.
Oh,
I'm wearing 2 cloaks. I'm hot.
oh.
It's very hot
Good.
here.
Oh, right.
Flying ahead. It is a temperate zone, the Fae. There's a lot of humidity. The index is about 86.
You're all disgusting and I hate you.
I knock over a tree.
So roll a XX bloody, roll a survival check to determine if you're being followed.
11.
Do you see anything?
You know, you heard some stuff and then you're like, huh? And then you don't see anything back there. You walk along and maybe you
I'm
hear
riding,
like,
so
you're what? You're
I'm
riding a Minotaur.
Yeah, so
Harder
do
to
I
listen.
get a bonus to
harder
that?
to
'Cause
listen
I
to the
can
forest
see-
when you're
okay.
riding a Minotaur that keeps like running you into branches.
That make
and
it
stuff.
easier. But, okay.
I can like smell really well as part of my Minotaur trait. Can I like sniff the air and see if I can perceive?
Oh, you're going to smell his XX Bloody Hearts BO.
He
It
has
has been a
underground.
few weeks since I've had a shower.
Oh,
Okay.
time.
He smells like sweat and Axe body spray.
Well, I smuggle that wherever. I go.
Yeah, I don't know. Roll
XX.
smell perception. Perception with like
Smellception.
proficiency because you're
I
smelling.
have a +7, so that's pretty darn.
To perception?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's
All right.
that's my nose.
All right.
The nose knows, but the
Follow your
roll
nose.
doesn't nose. 12.
12 total.
12.
Okay,
That
well
is
that's one
unfortunate.
better than.
Man,
Why did you say 12? What?
Well, that's the number the axe spray you use, right? It's axe 12.
Yeah, X12, of course. But you knew that?
Well, it's just very strong. I'm having trouble
You're a
sensing
cool,
other things.
you're a cool guy, Minotaur. Let's keep going.
So you also like kind of maybe feel like maybe you caught a whiff of something and then like maybe not. You can't really quite pick it up. But what you do notice when you turn around is a distinctive red mushroom growing up out of the ground, kind of like just off the path in front of you that stands out very distinctly.
Ooh, would I know what that is?
Would you know what it is? Roll.
I sprites venture far into the woods to harvest rare flowers, mosses, and fungi
Ooh.
to make poisons.
All right. Roll a nature
HP
check, which
and
is
all
just
these?
wisdom, unless you have something for nature.
Wisdom.
I think it's wisdom. Maybe it's in intelligence. Let's just roll.
Man, 9 again.
Well, these are all not very impressive rolls.
They're
Not picking up a
We're
whole
saving
lot.
them. We're saving them
Right.
for the real
Good
deal
roll.
bag.
Dead in the middle.
Combat, baby.
You know, you don't recognize this particular fungi, but that in itself is a little bit weird because you recognize most of the fungi in the forest.
I'm going to say hi to the fungi.
To the fungi?
Yeah. I'm just going to go over and be like, hey, sup?
All right, so when you get up real close to this little red fungus, it kind of like jars a little bit, which
how's it
stops
going,
you,
baby?
and then it leaps out of the ground, and what looked like the red cap of a mushroom head is actually the tip of the red cap of a red cap, which is a creature, a chaotic evil creature. So it like leaps out of the ground and it looks like a maniacal like gnome, except with like sharp teeth, sharp claws, crazy facial hair, and a long curved sword. And it leaps up into Clara's face and attacks her. And everybody should roll initiative.
I immediately turn invisible.
Well, that was a boring conversation.
All right, so in the initiative order, it's going to be Clara, Bloody, the Minotaur, the Red Cap, and then Black Pepper. But the Red Cap got a surprise attack against Clara. So it is going to use its wicked sickle to slash at her. And it rolled a critical fail. So it leaps out of the earth in a terrifying manner. And she kind of startles backwards. And it flies right past her and over where her head was. And then lands head first with its sickle stuck in the ground behind her. And it is now Clara's turn.
Clara's going to reach forward and cast Entangle. Yeah, it's a strength saving throw.
I'm going to give him disadvantage on his strength saving throw because he's currently like head buried partially in the ground with the sword stuck in his ground with just his big boots sticking up. So rolls a 13 and a 14. Oh, he has good strength. So that's 17 strength saving throw. That probably saves, right?
Yeah.
All right. So he's able to, like, the roots all around kind of reach up, and somehow he, like, kicks them away and even grabs onto him and kind of, like, pulls himself out of the ground a little bit with the roots.
That being said, for the duration of this spell, which is up to 1 minute, the ground around him in a 20-foot square is now difficult terrain.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you're all in a 20-foot square.
Then we're all on very difficult terrain.
So now you're all in difficult terrain. There's vines everywhere. All right. So, Bloody, followed by Minotaur.
Do I need to make a save to move here or anything?
No, just probably your movement is halved because it's difficult terrain.
But that won't necessarily matter since we're close.
Yeah.
All right, I say, launch me.
Oh, yeah, XX is still
action?
on the Minotaur.
I'll hold my action so he can launch me at him. And I'm going to have my dagger.
Well, Minotaur's
ready to
next,
go.
so if you guys want to just collaborate on this move,
We want to
that's fine.
collaborate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Minotaur is going to use his massive hind legs and is going to leap in the air and then throw XX Bloody Heart at this red cap.
So the question here is this an athletics check or is XX Bloody Heart an improvised weapon in this situation? We'll just go ahead and call it. We'll just call it athletics, I suppose.
This is a fastball special.
Ooh, 22.
Oh, cool. All right, so you launch him right where he wants to go, and we'll give you advantage and, like, definitely your sneak attack bonus on this attack, and
It's very
advantage
sneaky.
on
It's
whatever
very
you want
sneaky
to
to be
do.
thrown by a minotaur at an enemy. No one sees that coming. Advantage? Oh, no.
Don't disappoint me.
12.
We got 12 with advantage?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I don't need this sass.
Okay.
I've been in jail. I've been falsely imprisoned, and I'm weak. I haven't seen sunlight in who knows how long.
All right, well, you crash into him and pull him back to the ground, so he's back on the ground again, but you do not do damage against him.
Too hard.
So now
Too hard,
XX
man.
Bloody Heart is kind of tangled in the ground with this red cap. And it is, I don't know if the Minotaur can do anything else. Minotaur has some movement or anything, if you want to charge up there.
Sure. I'm going to guess I have a movement of 40, so I can go 20, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to rush over to him, go,
Hi.
All right. Minotaur's right up in the melee, and that gives us, that brings us to Red Cap.
try and pull you up out of the weeds that you're in.
All right, Red Cap's going to scramble to his feet and attack XX Bloody Heart with his wicked sickle. That time he rolled in total a 22.
No.
That will, in fact, hit.
All right, so he
Contrary to
slashes
popular
with his sickle. He does 3, 4, 5, 6 damage with that sickle. Is that right? No, 10 damage
Oh, okay.
with his sickle.
Okay.
Slashes across your front.
All right. That
Your
sucks.
chest is bloodied.
XX. No.
And that brings us to Black Pepper.
Okay. I will not become invisible anymore, and I will shoot it with one of my arrows, which is poison.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so if you were invisible at the beginning, so you can shoot from wherever you want. You can shoot with advantage because you're appearing from invisibility when you fire.
Okay. 9.
9. Nope, not gonna hit it. A poison arrow goes whizzing by the red cap It's okay. You guys are this is the origin of your fighting force. You're not yet a cracked unit. The red cap just watches the little arrow go flitting by him and smiles at you, and his teeth are super gross and yellow and gnarled, and that takes us back to Clara.
So I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my whatever.
I always want to sing that spell.
Shillelagh.
So Laylee lets you use your wisdom modifier instead of strength or dexterity.
Yeah, but I also don't have a weapon. Oh wait, I have a club. Okay, JK.
Oh, that's probably why she has a club, because otherwise that's a weird thing for a dryad to have.
Yep.
So your club's suddenly rad.
My club is rad AF, and that's
fun.
an 18 plus 6 to hit, so it's 24 to hit.
Whoa! Finally, somebody hits. You just bring this down hard on the red cap's noggin. For how much damage?
Takes 8 damage. 8 damage.
8. All right. Finally, the red cap took some damage. Good job, Clara. And we're on to XX Bloody Heart, followed by xXMinotaur.
All right.
So many X's.
So many. Switch to the short sword and make an attack.
Was that not a good roll again?
No, it was not a good roll. It was an automatic miss. I failed on
That
it.
one.
All right. So that misses.
I was also entangled. Is what I'm gonna blame it on the entangling that
It was
happened.
definitely the vines. Hello, Knights of the Rolled Table, and thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. It's one of my favorites for sure. All the players did such a great job taking their sudden characters I gave them. Actually, I think I misspoke on the original recording. I didn't give them a player sheet or a character sheet. It was just a copy of the page of the monster manual that had Minotaur and Sprite and Dryad on it. And they just took that and ran with it and improvised these characters and this awesome group of misfits that came together super nicely. And it's just so fun to listen to. And I think we may have to find ways to include them at some point in the future in our adventures. So thanks for listening. If you're enjoying the podcast and you want to hear more, please continue to download and subscribe. If you're on an Apple device, please go to Apple Podcasts or iTunes and rate and review. Give us a positive review, and that really helps the algorithm promote us to more corners of the internets. You can follow us on Twitter at Rolled Table. You can follow me on Twitter at MFTZACH. On Instagram, definitely check out Knights of the Rolled Table podcast, where Chris is posting original art weekly of a lot of the characters and NPCs. You can follow him at Daily Tunes RPG. And on multiple platforms, you can find Weston's original compositions at Make My Anthem. Also, thanks to Jeff Frank, who's been doing some work this week putting episodes of the podcast up on YouTube. So if that's a way you would like to access things and share things, just type us into YouTube and you can find episodes there. So thanks, everybody. And here's the rest of the episode. Now go out and make life an adventure. And Minotaur's turn.
Blame me all you want, but
These vines are quite difficult, huh, XX?
They're not cool.
No, yeah, Clara.
There's a reason Vine isn't an app
it's not
anymore.
bothering me.
I'm going to reckless strike the red cap.
All right. The red cap is feeling very cocky, and it's smiling and snarling, and it's drooling a little bit and looking like it feels like it can take these idiots who can't even hit it.
With my great axe.
Shillelagh'd it.
That's a 24.
Yeah, 24 hits. With your great axe.
Good lord.
That's a 12 plus.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, 2d12. Oh my gosh. 12 and 11. That's 23 plus 4, 27 damage.
All right, so you
into XX.
So the red cap is starting to look cocky and dancing around and feeling good, ready to take you guys. And Minotaur just smacks it with the great axe, which buries deeply into its back probably, and then just sends it flying 10 feet into the forest, and it falls down on its face, and it sort of starts to struggle to get up. That takes us to the next person, which is the red cap. So then it does get up.
I'm slightly concerned that it got up after that.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
What? I mean, how big is it? I am picturing literally an animated mushroom. Like,
What about
As he trained toes.
That was like
from
inches.
Mario.
Yeah, like 4 inches
DM, what
tall.
about our new friend? Is he attacking too?
The Boggle?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
What
Boggle...
happened to Jerry?
That's a good question.
Jerry!
That's a good question.
Jerry!
So you're like, wait a minute, where's Jerry? And you do not see where Jerry is. He's just sort of not around all of a sudden.
Jerry.
But I still have the hoop, right?
You do still have the hoop, yes.
Hell yeah.
I bet he's hiding.
But the red cap jumps up onto its feet. And I neglected to notice before that it doesn't just do one wicked sickle attack. It does multi-attack. It does 3. It also has Ironbound Pursuit. So it runs back up to xXMinotaur and it kicks it with its giant iron boots. And make a dexterity saving
12
throw.
feet tall. Dexterity?
Yep.
Oh,
How's your dexterity, xXMinotaur?
not great. That's an 8.
Nope. So you are kicked backwards about 5 feet, knocked prone.
I'm sorry. What is happening right now?
It like got up to its feet and like basically exactly the way you're picturing that is like you're not too worried. You're feeling really, really cocky. You just hit this
like
thing hard. It gets up, it looks hard, and it just like super speeds up to you and slams into you with both iron boots, knocks you back, and xXMinotaur takes 20 damage and is knocked prone. And it also, so it lands on its 2 feet after kicking and makes a wicked sickle attack at Clara, which was a crit. And so it's going to do...
What is happening?
1, 2,
So
3,
it's like this stupid.
4, 5,
What is
6,
happening
7,
right now?
8, 9, 10. It's going to do 14 damage to Clara.
No.
And then it's going to do another wicked sickle attack against XX Bloody Heart. And that is over 20. So that'll hit 22. And so XX Bloody Heart's going to take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
What? Zach, what is the point of this podcast today? What have I
Just one little red cap,
What
XX.
have I done?
Come on, I thought you were tough.
11?
11 damage.
Oh my god.
That's your second. And that's...
To be clear, I have 2 HP in this fun side adventure.
So do I. We are the same.
We are brothers.
We are brothers.
Here's what's cool, though. The first time it slashed you, it was like one way across your chest. This is the other way across the chest. You have a
X
rad
scars.
X on your chest. And they will make rad scars. Could
I'm
be
gonna-
very
no
appropriate.
Neosporin on
You
it.
might need 2 more slashes.
Neosporin.
So now the red cap is up, looking pretty cocky again, and it's Black Pepper's turn.
I'm going to fly up behind it and shoot it with my bow. Do I still have advantage because I'm not invisible?
You can have advantage. It's not paying any attention to you. Like
19 to hit.
hit.
All right.
So 4. And then poison is 4.
Oh, all right. So this little poisoned arrow shoots into it. It just stands still for a minute, and then it kind of like glazes over a little bit as the poison probably takes effect, and it just like collapses clunk into a heap. The red cap is defeated.
I don't know what the problem was. I just had to shoot him in the neck. God. It's okay. Everybody fine?
Jesus.
You're all pretty messed up.
God.
You are all
Help me.
You are all my friends.
Pepper,
Well, that
Pepper,
was annoying.
do you have a heal potion or something?
Do I? I don't think so.
Suddenly, Jerry the Boggle climbs up from behind the root and goes like, I've got you! Where is he? Let me get him!
Jerry!
Oh, looks like you got him already. All right, you guys.
Jerry.
Well done. Well done, everybody.
Jerry,
What?
you can't do that.
What?
You didn't even roll initiative,
You
Jerry.
didn't leave anything. You didn't leave anything for me. I was ready to fight him.
Jerry, I have 2 HP.
Jerry,
Very good.
do you have any healing abilities? Don't lie. I can tell if you're lying.
Why?
Because we are.
we need
our
help.
Do you
friends are
not
hurt.
see us
I'm
bleeding
fine.
here, Jerry?
I'm
God.
good.
All right, well,
I need some help.
look, okay.
And I got you out of
I
prison.
can't just give up all my stuff. Hey, we made a deal. I'll give you my cool little hoopy thing.
Yes.
And that's yours, and I'm out. And you go to hoopy thing.
I'm gonna
all
walk
right,
up
so
to
this
him
is
and
a
grab
fresh
him by
deal.
the neck.
All right,
And I'm going to hold him up
Perhaps we can
10 feet in the air.
Perhaps we can do another deal.
What did you say? You will help him
And I'm going to point his entire body toward XX Bloody Heart.
now.
All right. Set me down. Thank you. All right.
He drops 6 feet. Then he takes.
And
He's
drop
dead
him 10
bludgeoning
feet.
damage.
all right. Well, I need some sort of an opening. So he looks around and he sees a hole in a tree.
Automatic intimidation pass.
And so he
know.
goes up to this little like opening in a tree and reaches his hand into the opening of that. And his hand doesn't go into the tree. You can see his hand reaches through to something else. And he pulls out through that opening
It's like Indiana Jones.
a handful of healing potions. Ooh, 3 healing potions, in fact. And he's like, air. Hands them out to each of you, not black
That
pepper.
is a good trick.
All right, well, I'll go
I'm
a few.
actually at full health. It's okay.
Yeah, well, all right.
I'll take one, please.
I don't know if these are sanitary or organic, but I guess I'll make do.
What is this stinky little thing gonna do for me?
Well, why don't you try it? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to try it?
Has the seal been opened?
He's just looking closer.
Here, I'll help you. I'll
Here,
get it open
can
here.
you try?
Yeah. It's like a little shot glass for you. Let him try it first.
All right, and you will heal for 2d10
Jeez.
of HP. They pack a punch.
Then I will take one as well.
After watching the Minotaur.
Yes.
He seems
Yes.
fine.
Great.
Do you feel better?
Good enough.
All right, so we should
Let's go.
keep on
Let's-
going then, right?
All right, but Jerry, you're going first in the line.
Oh, all right.
It gets bloody hot. What is your plan? Do you want to try to get back to your friends, or perhaps do you want to stay here for a while? I mean, we can find a place for you to stay, no problem. There's a couple of good places. We were thinking about the moss caves.
I thought they sent you.
No, your friends were disappeared. There was a battle. The Lady Aranye, she was a big spider. I only heard about this. There was like a news courier. And, it was very entertaining. You were there, though, right, Minotaur?
Yes.
They
Black
disappeared.
Pepper probably would have been with the sprites when they came and fought the Lycans at the end in the melee, so he would be fairly aware of what was going on.
Listen, your friends ditched you.
Whoa. Why would they ditch
Let's not
this
jump to
guy?
conclusions. We don't know the full motivations of why they did that.
Well, there's
They weren't
been
even
no
my
sight
friends.
of them since they left. So I'm just saying, obviously, if they cared, they would have been the ones breaking you out instead of us.
Well, they weren't even my friends. I was just on a job. So
Well, then there you go.
They did have
Let's
good
go to the
hearts.
caves.
great. Let's go to the caves. Caves are great. I love caves. I've been in a cave for 4 weeks.
I love cave too. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the caves.
Jerry, you're first.
All right.
To be clear, you're first.
All right, so you make your way to...
I'm walking right behind Jared, kicking him every once in a while with my hooves.
Jerry, you're in front. I will go in front too.
Black Pepper keeps zooming ahead, scouting, coming back.
2 health.
You're doing great.
So you make your way without further incident to the Moss Caves. You guys just made up the Moss Caves. What's in the Moss Caves? Describe what you imagine.
The moss caves are a
Kate Moss is there.
just hanging out, being all thin. The moss caves are a series of interlocking tunnels, and they are kind of phosphorescent moss. So it has this kind of cool
Phosphorescent.
purple, phosphorescent, purple and blue and yellow, kind of glowing.
There's a series of streams and
moss.
ponds throughout them, and that's why they're so
A
humid.
gentle trickle,
Nice.
and local fey creatures like deer wings and I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Will come by and drink some stuff, and then they start glowing. Deers with wings.
It's basically like if the Feywild had like a blacklight lounge, that would be the Moss
Yeah,
Caves.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. Cool. The
Into
Feywild
it.
Blacklight Lodge.
But evil fey don't go in there because it's kind of bright and gentle, and they can't really sneak.
Well,
It's a great place to play like the pan flute.
Cool. If only we had a musician here. Oh, such a loss for Maya.
When we're here, Bloody is going to rack his brain and think if there was any way that he can communicate or make a connection with anybody from the other party.
Yeah, he thinks about that and realizes, I mean, you have some time. We don't need to do a check. You definitely don't have any tools. You probably ask the Boggle, Jerry the Boggle, kind of like, what's up with his portals and things that he can do. And he basically, I mean, over time.
And also,
so credit yourselves with a short rest while you hang out in there a little bit and talk to Jerry. Also, what is the Feywild? Is it a place? Is it a plane? Is it an idea? Would Bloody know this exactly? Probably.
Like, if he started walking in a direction, would he get somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can leave it. It's not the Lost Forest in Zelda, is what I'm saying.
Like the screens like loop around.
Yeah.
If you walk in one direction, you get back to the same place.
Yeah, like what's up?
You definitely have the sense that things like that.
That's what I want
to
ask. Is like, what is this place?
Yeah, I mean, you could ask for sure the like residents of the Feywild around you to kind of explain things, and they tend to tell you things that don't really fully make a lot of sense to you.
Okay.
Like generally, it's a place. It doesn't seem to be directly connected to the realm of Oakheart where you came. It definitely seems like a separate plane. Like you got here through that portal that Sontag created in the like living room of
like you're not going to call
cabin.
an Uber and get home.
Okay.
And they do describe things when you ask like, so could I go from there to here? The others tell you, well, like, yeah, and eventually you might get to this place, or you might get to this place, or if you thought really hard about it, you might get to this place, or if you get distracted, you might end up right where you were. So that doesn't give you a lot of confidence. The like rules make total sense. There's also the fact that like it's perpetual twilight here. So you came out.
Primary question, when is it night? Is it night?
What do you mean?
Like there's no more sun. Like it's dark.
But I mean, like,
for a
it's
little while.
almost night. Like, it's almost night.
But when will night be now?
What is
Well,
night?
it's almost night.
What are you guys talking about?
Like no light, dark.
Like in a cave?
Well, you're in a cave, so
That's where no
No,
light
but
is.
like outside is dark.
What are you talking about?
Where the sun goes away.
What is
xXMinotaur, I
that?
feel like
The sun is the thing that is making the light. Where's the light coming from?
You're speaking in riddles.
You haven't asked these questions, and you live in this place.
I feel like you're focusing on the wrong things here. All right, we're all wanted fugitives now. We need to plan our next moves very carefully. Okay, I had a pretty cushy gig until y'all showed up and ruined it for me.
What was your gig? Tell us more about the gig.
About my gig? I mean, like, I was basically like a professional fighter, and I was getting paid pretty decently. I was eating really well, but then y'all had to come in and show me up, and Boss Lady got mad. So here we are.
Well, we were just trying to help somebody. We didn't want to fight anybody. We were just trying to help some people who got hurt. Is what we were doing.
Well, okay, Boss Lady got pretty mad at me too, and I was just having to try a bit of fun. All right.
What were you in for, Jerry?
Doesn't have a very good sense of humor. Well, that's a pretty funny story, actually.
Get to it.
I poisoned her wine, but not with like herdy poison at all. But what it did is, this is good. It took me a while to brew. You'll appreciate this because you're into poisons and stuff, little sprite man. It made her, for like a day, instead of web, she sprayed licorice. Right? That's a good one. She did not think that was right. You love licorice. Yeah. She didn't think that was
That
funny.
seems really
That is
dumb.
very funny. What is licorice?
Well, never mind. Anyway,
But did you find out in this process, is the queen weak for anything? Is she have any weaknesses for like things that she does not like?
Well, she doesn't like licorice, I'll tell you that.
I bet she does not.
Was it red licorice or black licorice?
Red licorice, I'm not an animal.
Okay.
All right. I know technically, blah, 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 all licorice is black and red licorice is like red vines or whatnot, but no, there's red licorice, black licorice is not funny.
I like black licorice.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Black Twizzlers.
You know, speaking of food, I don't know
Yum.
about you guys, but like I could eat.
Are there like
The red cap. We didn't even eat him.
I don't think he would have been good for you.
Everything's good for me.
So actually, at that point, you hear out at the entrance to the moss caves, you hear voices. Hello, hello, come on out. We have a nice buffet for you.
I will turn invisible.
go get out?
I will check that out.
Black
it,
Pepper is
PP.
invisible. Hey, don't worry. We're here to help you. All is forgiven. Come on out here. It's good.
Are there any
is
trees
that?
in the cave?
Probably mostly moss.
Can I smell who it is outside?
That's a thing.
All right, roll for smell again.
17.
Yep.
Have I smelled this smell before?
You don't smell anything. You should be smelling the person out there, and you don't smell a thing.
Or the food? It's a trap.
What do I see?
So you fly out there invisible, and you see the image of, looks like Sindel, standing with a tray of delicious foods, pastries, and fine meats, fine ales, and whatever sprites like to eat, whatever dryads like to eat as well.
7
I
Up.
imagine they're vegetarian, a nice little salad.
Working that out. Okay.
Wait, Sindel?
Yeah.
A little girl?
Oh, there's no food out there.
I go back to him like, there is a little girl and she is in front of a large buffet, and there are salads and there are empanadas and there
there
are
any vegan
little
options?
banana dipped. Oh yeah, I'm quite sure of it. It's a very
All
nice.
right, good enough for me.
No, I don't smell anything.
Oh, but you must.
And I'm hungry.
There are quite a lot of foods
Maybe
and
your
many
nose
that
is
would.
stuffed up.
No, I can parse out the axe now.
Hey, you guys, are you coming out or what? Come on.
Go.
Also,
Don't be
this
a bummer.
girl, this girl looked human, and the only other human was
I
you.
love the way human tastes.
But that doesn't make sense. When a human shows up, that is very strange.
It's got to be a trap.
So now, if you smell again, you suddenly
Don't do it, Clara.
smell xXMinotaur, the smell of spiders.
Oh no, she found us. Oh no. I'm smelling the lady.
Lady Arundel? Arondier?
That's Aronda.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande is out there.
Ariana Grande.
Thank you, next. Was that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done.
Lady Aronda.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like stealth my way as best as I can out there.
Out towards the girl?
Yes.
All right, roll for stealth. Dexterity, unless you have a skill.
Wait, hold on. And I'm going to stealth too.
I would like to stealth as
11,
well.
but I'm gonna be
You're
keeping. I've got an
invisible.
11
You're-
for stealth, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for a tree that I can touch and meld into. Ideally.
Okay, there's trees right outside the opening of the cave. Inside the caves, because they're caves,
Yeah.
and they're moss caves, there's moss and there's caves, and the trees
So
don't really grow.
I would like to stealth my way as best as I can out there with the intention of touching a tree and melding into it.
All right, so 11 stealth for Clara Dryad. What did XX Bloody Heart have?
Likewise, 11.
11
Can I-
also. Okay.
Oh, well, I was going to do something.
You need to stay here and not move.
I was going to be a distraction and hopefully give them advantage on it. I was just going to like charge
Okay.
the little girl.
Well, that's going to work. That might make two 11s work a lot better. So go ahead. If you're going to do that kind of all at the same time, Black Pepper, I'll just say you're fine with this other stuff going and you're invisible. So they're not going to see you. Take advantage on your stealth rolls to see if you can beat your 11s. And XX is going to charge the little girl.
Ooh, 17.
Finally.
It's been good.
20.
Ooh. All right. So
I'm going to get into one of those like 3-point stances, kind of rub my hooves into the ground, and then just kind of burst out of the cave, horns down, ready to like gore whatever is out there.
all right. So you charge
Full
out
speed.
there and into the little girl, and you smash into her, and she is totally an illusion, and you just go right through her and charge
running,
off
I guess?
into the forest. While Clara makes her way to a tree and steps into it, and XX goes wherever he wants. But as xXMinotaur charges out, two humanoid-sized spider creatures drop down from the above trees on webs of their own, and they are almost entirely giant spiders, except their front two legs are clearly arms. It's super creepy looking, and the arms are holding weapons.
Gross.
They both
I don't
look
like
fairly
that.
Gross.
formidable
Super gross.
Take a spider and make it worse.
and gross.
Driders.
And let's roll initiative again. Nobody has a sneak attack, or nobody has like a surprise
the
attack.
Spiders have arms?
The spider creatures, their front two spider legs are arms.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's so gross. It's way worse. That's way worse than
And
a
they're like
spider.
really overroided, like super muscly, like really gross.
It's like Trogdor's arms, like the one.
Yes.
They've got the back knee
Overall
because of all the roids.
So, first thing that happens. So, we have initiative, and Jerry the Boggle is going first.
What?
Followed by XX Bloody Heart, followed by Clara, followed by Minotaur. Actually, it probably wouldn't be the Minotaur. It would be the first spider creature, then the Minotaur, and then Black Pepper. No, and then the other spider creature, and finally Black Pepper. And so
I'm still in the last.
you got a 12, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job,
And
everybody.
all right, so first happens is that Jerry the Boggle runs out, and behind him he like leaves a slick of oil, and he runs right under where one of these spider creatures is coming down and off into the forest. And so when it comes down onto the oil, you can see that its legs are right away like slipping, and it can't get like purchased to where it
Sounds
is.
like a personal problem you need to have addressed.
And XX Bloody, you are not seen by these creatures, so you can make sneak attacks as necessary.
Super. Here's what I want to do first. I want to take the hoops that I have, and I want to take one of. I want to like activate it
All right.
and put one back in the cave, and then carry the other one with me. And then I'll sneak up around. Then I want to sneak attack the one that's tripping up.
Okay, so
With
on
my
your way out of the
dagger.
cave, you could leave one of the hoops back there. So now you're out there
Yes.
kind of like on the battlefield. You have one of the hoops with you, and you're going to sneak attack the one that's slipping?
Yes, please.
Okay. So take an attack with advantage.
Oh, good. Yeah, 17.
Hit.
Sweet. 8.
I was expecting like 17. Nope, not that.
All right, so 8
Guys,
total
I'm
with
only
sneak
level
attack and everything.
Did you
All right.
sneak attack?
Yeah. It's only 1d6, I think, right?
Cool. And do you want to do anything with your bonus action? So as your
With my bonus action, well, how would that work?
So you
I-
have cunning action as a rogue, so you could take your bonus action to dash
Yeah,
or
I'm
hide or
thinking-
disengage.
I will. Okay, here's what
Was
I
that a
wanna do.
melee attack on him?
Yes, it was a melee.
So you could use that to disengage so he can't hit you back.
Here's what I want to do instead.
Okay.
I want to take the hoop and I want to hold it above my head and then drop it.
Gonna take the hoop and hold it above his head and drop it. Okay.
So that I will portal back into the cave.
All right. The hoop's now with the spider. And
Yes,
you,
but it's facing upside down.
the hoop. So wait, you're going to.
So you would have to lift it up to go back in because he's dropping it down on himself. I hate that this makes sense to me.
He went through the front of the hoop. The back of the hoop is facing up now.
So that you can't see anything. It
So
looks
you
like I
wouldn't be
just
able to,
disappeared.
jump in. You'd
How
have
big
to
is
like
this
pick it up and like hula hoop.
It's roughly hula hoop size.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's
like-
Minotaur probably wouldn't fit through it.
We get your head through it.
Just take significant shimmying. So you're just dropping it. What's your intent with just dropping it and not moving it? We've got to
Is
figure
that
out
I
hoop
end
physics.
up back in the cave.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
do end
It'll,
up back in the
push
cave.
me out back into the cave.
Yeah,
and then you go, whoa, up and down, up and down.
Ah! Yeah.
yeah, you would pop out back in the cave, and there you are.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Clara.
Clara is going to the spider that is not engaged right now, or wasn't just engaged with XX Bloody Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna look at it, give it a long, slow blink, and attempt her fate charm.
It blinks 4 if its eyes back.
So it needs to make a wisdom save, please.
12.
Yeah, it failed. So it
no.
loves me now. And she's going to say, oh, you really shouldn't stay here. I think you should go into the forest and find me some prunes.
Okay, read whatever that is. Read your thing.
So basically,
Not
the
basically, read your thing.
No, I'm reading it. Fate charm. The dryad targets one humanoid or beast that she can see within 30 feet of her. If the target can see the dryad, it must succeed on a DC 14 wisdom saving throw or be magically charmed. The charmed creature regards the dryad as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected. Although the target isn't under the dryad's control, it takes the dryad's requests or actions in the most favorable way it can. Each time the dryad or its allies do anything harmful to the target, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success. Otherwise, the effect lasts 24 hours or until the dryad dies, is on a different plane of existence from the target, or ends the effect as a bonus action.
All right, so you're suggesting it walk off into the forest and look for prunes?
You make that
I thought
sound...
those have to be like aged or something. I don't think you don't get prune trees.
Listen, the heart wants what the heart wants. It's
Go
like-
Feywild after all.
Go find a plum tree and then
Yeah.
pick those.
But also, it would never
then
dry
age
because there's
them.
never sun. There's never sun here.
It's true.
It would just rot.
Listen,
It would
it's
take a long time.
important to stay
Clara's
regular,
pregnant.
even in the Feywild.
All right, so
Really
this
wants prunes.
spider creature kind of like goes hazy and then kind of like skitters off into towards the forest.
All right, you're welcome. I took care of one.
And next up is the creature that was slipping and attacked by XX Bloody Heart, who it looks is not there anymore. It's just a hoop. And, and so it will. This spider creature is going to look towards xXMinotaur, and it's going to make a ranged attack of 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's going to shoot web at
save?
xXMinotaur,
Ugh. That's gross.
who is one large creature. The target is restrained by webbing. As an action, the strained target can make a DC 11 strength check, bursting the webbing on a success. The webbing can also be attacked and destroyed.
Oh, so she's there. Can't even dodge it.
At least.
Got webbed.
Yep, you are currently webbed.
All right, it's my
You're
turn now,
all
right?
webbed up. And yes, it is Minotaur's turn.
Okay, I'm going to try and break free of it.
Okay,
Strength.
strength, DC 11. That seems very
Yep, that's 17.
workable. All right, 17, bust right out of
Do I
it.
do it at the end of my turn or the start of my turn?
As an action, the restrained
my
target
action.
make a
Okay,
DC 11
so that's my
strength check.
action.
So you pull that gooiness off of you.
And I'm
You're
going
free?
to run right at him.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm just going to wait there and stare him down.
Intimidation check.
Nice. This would be the turn of the spider that is currently wandering off in search of prunes. And so that brings us to black pepper.
Well, you didn't roll an investigation to see if you found it.
There's one. So there's one engaging.
That would technically be the beginning of its journey. It wouldn't have left until this point in its
Side
turn.
quest. There's one engaging Minotaur, and there's how many others?
There's one that just web shot Minotaur. So only these two at least appeared that you can see currently.
Can I just do a quick investigation to see if there's any other ones?
Yeah, roll investigation.
What is that? Wisdom?
It's intelligence.
That's a 9.
A 9. So you look around. That's not a great investigation check, but you are able to look up into the trees and see that in the darkness of the canopy of the trees above, there's a whole bunch of eyes, like a whole bunch of sets of 8 eyes looking down at you.
Okay. I say, my friends, I think we are surrounded. We need to get out of here. And I shoot at the one that's attacking a Minotaur, or that webbed him. I'll just shoot him with the poison arrow.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, never mind.
And nobody notices.
Zing. And so these spider creatures that are up in the trees start to climb down the different trees. and creep down. They're not really quite like, they're not like jumping at you attacking, but they're in a quite like intimidating manner, kind of like starting to reveal themselves. They probably notice themselves be seen, and they're starting to come down.
Can I use my movement to go through the hoop?
Yes.
have to
So
lift
there's
it
like
up,
an
go
entrance side to these hoops, and there's a not entrance side. So if he dropped it on him, the entrance side is laying on the ground.
Yeah, but I'm very small.
So you could go down and like pull up the hoop and like dip under it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can go down there, lift it up, which is like, let's actually roll a strength check to pick up this hoop.
Come on.
It's big for you.
Five.
Oh no!
All right, so you fly down there right by the spider and like lift it and like, yeah, you do like.
This hoop is so heavy.
It looks so cool when you did it. And that takes us back to the Boggle, who is going to. So as you guys, as he promised to hang out with you guys and not slip away again, he's going to go out and attempt to attack this last spider. Well, not the last spider. The one remaining spider engaged among many. And he is not effective, but he does kind of like on his way run around it and kind of like make a circle of his like slippery oil slick that he's laying down behind him. But
You made that sound
Is he
any
just like
grosser.
sweating like oil? Like what?
yeah, he is actually like, I didn't mention this. Jerry the Boggle is perpetually like covered in oil, like dripping. It's unclear if it's like mucus
should just call
or
him Tanker.
sweat
What's
or
up, Tanker?
yeah. So he's always covered in oil. Unclear if it's mucus or sweat or what it is, but he's like laying down a path of this stuff around the spider. And then like attempts to hit it but misses and like takes off into the cover of the forest again. And it is XX Bloody Heart's turn.
Oh, so I'm in the cave.
It's very pretty.
You just observe the hoop going.
Yeah, it jiggled a little bit.
No, you don't, but it's funny.
I think it's time for an expedient retreat. I say, guys, get back in here.
Would you yell through the hoop? The sound travel?
Yeah, hello.
It's all muffled?
I guess. Bring the hoop. Grab the hoop and get in here.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I guess I'll just ready in action to stab anybody that comes in the cave.
Oh, I thought you meant
Not-
through the hoop.
No,
This little
through
guy.
the hoop or
So ready to attack like spiders that
Yeah,
came into the
spider,
cave. So
yeah,
like an
like,
escape
get
from the
back
cave
in
would be
here.
like back into the cave potentially.
yeah, I
We're
guess
kind of cornered in the cave.
we're not cornered out there. Should we go somewhere else?
Maybe the caves have like several entrances.
Hey, you just invented the caves. You tell us what's in the cave.
They go through them now.
Yeah, there's a back door to
Several.
Earth.
There's also water features, so don't forget.
It increases the value of the cave.
So I was really
All right, that's all I'm doing is
I
I'm
was
gonna
really
ready
excited about
to
the cave ponds.
All right, so you're calling to your friends, bring the hoop, come on back
Get the
into the
hoop,
cave.
get in here.
Let's retreat. And you're readying in action. Okay,
Yeah.
Clara. Clara was near or in a tree.
Clara is going to tell the trees, like, hey guys, could you just like buy us some time? Like these spiders are not cool. And that's what she's gonna say to
They
all
all
of
shake just a little bit.
just to like
What do you want us to do? We're trees.
they have branches. Like
They,
if the spiders are hanging from their webs, they could like just like give a little.
they don't have muscles.
Hey, if the branches can move to let him out of a cell, I feel like the precedent has already been set that the trees have.
Maybe they can
some
sap.
sentience.
Just make them really sappy. Ew. All the spiders. This is gross. We're
I
leaving.
mean, I'm not
This is
saying
so hard
that
to
it's
get out
going
of.
to turn into the Whomping Willow, but like, you know,
Roll a d20 to see if that does anything whatsoever.
GM's like,
You're rolling for
Feywild.
Oh,
Weird.
Zach's
tree
like,
dexterity.
Zach's like, how far do I
we
want to
will
let this
help
go?
you.
Oh dear, that's a 6 on my end, but I'm +4 to charisma, so it's a solid 10.
You're thinking that the tree movement is a charisma skill.
I'm saying that
You're thinking you're persuading the trees to do this. Okay, I'll buy that. Well, the trees start to sway gently, kind of like in the breeze.
All right, then I just want to run and I'll grab the
And the
hoop.
spiders kind of hanging from the trees, like, continue down them. They look a little bit unsettled, so the spiders
I just want the spiders to feel uncomfortable.
They do. No, I'll give you that.
Okay.
The spiders are uncomfortable. And they kind of speed up coming down from the trees and onto the ground.
That's not what I
There's
want.
your episode
And so
title.
you also want to grab the hoop and head in.
If you will allow, then I will grab the hoop and start to make a break for going inside.
All right. Well, the spider that's near it will make a opportunity attack, but at disadvantage because of all the oil around it.
And the trees.
That's a 2, so it's not getting, and it's unsettled because the trees are moving. Ooh. So it's just practically a spider
It takes a
nightmare.
-1 to settling.
Fast forward to like 12 hours from now, some spider wakes up mid slumber.
The trees.
Trees.
Not great. Not great.
All right, so the spiders are a little bit disturbed. You have the hoop and you run into the cave, and that brings us to the.
Do the trees need to roll?
Was the trees
initiative?
again, Frank? Yeah.
So the one spider that's up will climb towards. Will
can't
walk
hurt you.
towards the.
They can't hurt you.
Actually, it's going to have to get past the oil slick. So I rolled a 4 on getting past the oil slick. So it's like got 8 legs. It's not very dexterous. So it like walks up towards the. Probably towards xXMinotaur and like slips and kind of falls on its face and doesn't get anywhere. But all the spiders are kind of closing towards the cave as well. And it's xXMinotaur's turn.
I'm gonna, if I can do this in my turn, I'm gonna pick up the hoop because I'm right next to the spider who he.
Clara grabbed the hoop and went into the cave.
Got it.
So I'm going
Holding
to.
on the hoop for dear life.
I guess I'll look at the spider,
Hold button.
do one of these like, kind of shrug my shoulders, and just bolt for the cave.
Okay.
And just use my action and that's 80 feet I'm moving. So I pass you up. I'm gonna steal the hoop from you as I run past.
It's not a brass ring. Like
This is the best relay ever.
You can probably grab onto the hoop or potentially even like catch it on your horn, yanking her along
up.
and like
Just go through the hoop, guys.
Black Pepper.
Where are you running?
Black Pepper is also hanging onto the hoop.
I'm like 10 feet tall.
And you all kind of like in a big cluster mass, like charge into the cave and sort of like collapse where XX Bloody Heart is. And from actually behind you in the cave, you hear, very nice. Oh, very impressive, you guys. You are true mercenaries, especially you, Clara. After your immense failure in my tournament, you are showing real potential. Yes, it's me, Lady Aranya. In case
What-
you
what
didn't
does she
guess
smell
from all
like?
the spider people. And she steps forward out of the shadows behind you in her spidery form. She is a significantly less creepy spider person than all of these creatures that have been coming out of the trees.
Can I do one of those cartoon stops where like
Describe.
where my hooves are kind of like breaking up against the
Yes.
the moss floor, fluorescence going everywhere.
All right. Well, listen. If no one has anything witty to say, I am honestly impressed by all of you, especially you, XX Bloody Heart. I'm thinking maybe you might want to do some work for me. It'd be a big honor. What do you think about that?
No.
Well, that's hasty. There could be rewards in it for you.
I just want to get back home. Is that a reward?
Well, now we're talking. Now we're dealing. You're fitting in very nicely in the Feywild here. If you would like to get back home, I could definitely show you how to do that. And there might be rewards in addition.
Leave my 3 friends here alone.
Define alone. We're going to have to be specific on this deal. I mean, we're all sort of alone in the world, all right? Friendship
Don't I
is
know
really
it.
the only thing that keeps us together.
Wait,
Where are your friends? You know, your real friends, not these 3.
I don't have any real friends. All right, shut up. Except for xXMinotaur
I thought we really.
and Clara.
Well, now I know where your loyalties lie.
Wait, we're friends?
I thought we were hitting it off.
I mean,
You were like so disillusioned with me, and that's like exactly what I look for in a friend,
okay,
right?
I guess.
I mean, whatever.
Maybe.
You're the one who's weird about it.
Whatever, you're making it weird.
You're weird.
Stop.
I start scratching my engraving on my horn.
Okay, well,
Sadly.
this is all very awkward now. Listen, here's my offer. I know you like cloaks, right? Oh, I have your attention now. You're into
like
cloaks.
cloaks. I
can
like
tell you,
cloaks.
you're a connoisseur of cloaks. So, you work for me
Okay.
on a contractual basis. As my mercenary enforcer, you can agree to individual offers, and as your initial fee, what would you call that? As your down payment, as my down payment on your services, I will offer you this. And she holds up a cloak, and it is dark and awesome and looks velvety. And
Perfect.
so it kind of like shimmers and glimmers and kind of like seems to match the like walls of the cave a little bit. And she's like, "Oh, Sontag, why don't you explain?" And he kind of like steps out from behind the cloak. Sontag, the little what was he?
Weasel.
Ringtail lemur that wears a green 3-piece suit and opened up the portal to you. It's like, "Oh, well, this fine cloak of stealthiness will increase your ability to move in all forms of terrain, increasing your stealth skills significantly and imposing disadvantage on anybody attempting to find you while hidden. This incredible stealth cloak can be yours for the fair price of a down payment on your services for Lady Aranye." Thank you, Sontag.
500 gold pieces.
No, I don't deal in money.
Oh.
Are you going to work for me or not? You're stuck here right now.
I don't think I have a choice, do I?
Well, you do get a free cloak, so.
Okay. Then yes, I will.
All right. All right.
What about these guys? I need a team. I can't do it alone.
Well, yes, perhaps we could arrange for their services as a contractual basis as well. You were somewhat impressive eventually against that red cap, and my spiders are very. Where is that? Like, where's that? Where's Chogroth? Where does Chogroth go? Did he wander off?
He's going to be a minute, but you are going to be so happy when he gets back because you are going to be so regular.
Well, I don't know what that means, but I'll take it.
But you will.
I'll take it as a positive. I'm Zach. Hello, everybody. Let's introduce the players very quickly. Go around the table.
I am still your friendly neighborhood coach. My name is Weston.
But you're not coach now.
But I'm not coach now. I'm somebody else entirely.
Yeah, this isn't going to work at all. Just say your names real quick.
My name is Weston.
No, you know what? I'm just going to cut all this part out because this is going to be very confusing and not work.